si Brother Paulino Baldoz.
Please rise. Death and the dead are fascinating, teaching us the brevity and certainty of human life and the instability of human fortune, demanding of us that the last sacrifices of John and brother. Again, we lament the loss of a brother who sleeps the sleep but knows no wisdom. It is a great act of life and honor to friends and brethren to give evidence that we appreciate and desire to imitate their virtues. Solemn and appointed mourning are good expressions of our gratitude for the departed soul and of his work, and of our value of him. For that man is esteemed miserable, for whom none, save those of his own household, shed a tear or pay a solemn sigh. After we have wept a while, we are to see that he be buried worshipfully, not as one unknown, no meanly, but with honest obsequies, and chant and holy music like Now we will now read the biography of our deceased brother. Worshiping Brother Paulino Baldoz, birth December 30, 1955, March 26, 1925, 69 years old. March Pura Tarlac, PNP 1976, retired at 55 years old, married to Alice Baldoz, with 4 children, named Ana Melissa Santiago, Ana Marie Ferrer, John Paul Baldoz, and Lina Katrina Baldoz. Joined in Masonry and became Past Master in 2001 and member of the Conferral Team Scottish Rites AASL. My brethren, the dead body of our beloved brother Paulino Baldoz lies before us, overtaken by that relentless fate which is sooner or later to overtake us all, and at which no worth or virtue, no wealth or honor, no tears or friend, or agony of loving one can avert or delay. Teaching us the impressive lesson continually repeated, yet always soon forgotten, that every one of us must, are long dwell in a house of darkness, and our soul must be what we have chosen to make it, even as man makes it here by living well or ill. The minutes of our time strikes on and are counted by angels until the period comes that must cause the passing bell to give warning to all the neighboring neighbors that we are dead, and they must sometimes be so. And this nothing can excuse or retard. Brother Senior Warden, what is our first duty in this sorrow that has fallen upon us?
Wise Master, to submit without murmuring to the dispensations of our Father who is in heaven. To pay him the profoundest homage, knowing that all he wills is infinitely wise and just, and to trust implicitly in his inexhaustible mercy. I will seek thee to God, and to God will I commit my cause, which doeth great things and unsearchable, marvelous things without number. God restoreth my soul, he leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake.
Ye thou, I walk through the valley of the shadows of death. I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod, thy staff, thy comfort.
Brother Junior Warden, what is the second duty which this misfortune imposes upon us?
Wise Master, to inter the body of our brother, after the manner of masonry, knowing that when we do this for our dead friends, it is not done to person undiscerning as a fallen tree, but whose souls you live, and their adventure would perceive our neglect, and be witness of our transient affection and forgetfulness. And if not so, yet God sees us, and solemn reverence endue the dead, who are nearer God than we that are yet imprisoned in the body.
The De Profundis. Out of the deep have I called unto thee. O Lord, Lord, hear my voice. O let thine ears consider well the voice of my complaint. If thou, Lord, wilt be extreme to mark what is done amiss, O Lord, who may abide it, for there is mercy with thee. Therefore shall thou be feared. I look for the Lord. My soul doth wait for him. In his word is my trust. My soul fleeth unto the Lord before the morning. What shall I say before the morning watch? Israel, trust in the Lord. For with the Lord there is mercy, and with him is plenteous redemption.
Very eloquent, my brethren, are the pale still lips of the dead, with a pathos and impressiveness that no living lips can equal or approach. These lips of marble preach to us sermons that cannot be translated into words. Most eloquently, they tell us how vain and empty are all the ambitions, hatreds, jealousies, the disputes, and the rivalries, the struggles for wealth, and the place and power, for rank and reputation of human life. How indifferent now to praise or censure, to undeserved eulogy or equally undeserved blame. To all the prizes of human ambition, to all the glories of human greatness, to all the beatitudes of human love, is this cold and wax-like body no longer united with a living soul? Often, as it has been said, it is yet a solemn and impressive thought that in the grave All men are equal. The prince and the beggar that crawl to his palace gates, the warlike and the peaceful, the fortunate and the miserable, the beloved and the despised, the honored and the hated. They mingle their dust, while God and the angels only can distinguish their souls. Let the wealthy and those who covet riches look upon this cold and motionless remains and perceive that it will be but an ill recompense for all their cares and strivings. If, when the last hour comes to them, no more shall be left than this, that the neighbor shall say, he died a rich man. For his riches cannot go with him into the grave, neither profit him there, but will greatly swell the sad account of his injustices. Let the ambitious man look upon them, and throw not away the days of his life, that 1 year may be reckoned with his name, nor labor only for a pompous epitaph, and a loud title upon his marble. For most fames are soon forgotten, and after a time the marble molders into dust, and those beneath it lie unregarded. Those things that can outlast us, our work, our words, our immortal thoughts, our influences, and the effects of our good deeds, are more to the world that survives us than we ourselves are. We pass away and are forgotten, but this continues and lives. Let the selfish and the covetous and the ambitious learn this lesson, and heeding it, endeavor to live something to live beyond their funerals.
Our life is but a span long, and yet very tedious, because of the calamities that encircle us on every side. The days of our pilgrimage are few and evil, and he that liveth longest becometh most familiar with disappointment and sorrows.
While we think a thought, we die, and the clock strikes, and reckons on our portion of earth. We form our words with the breath of our nostrils, and have the less to live upon for every word we speak.
Brother Master of Ceremonies, let the officers of the chapter, by their ancient Masonic symbol, his body left to our care by the brother who has gone to the silent man. My brethren, it is an act of grace and wondrous mercy that we are admitted to speak to the eternal God, to make plain to Him as to the Father, to beg of Him remedy and peace, support and counsel, health and safety, deliverance and salvation. Wherefore, since this calamity has fallen upon us, and He hath in such cases commanded us to pray unto Him, let us ask of Him power and assistance to do our duty, and in His favor for those who are afflicted in even greater measure than we ourselves. May your reverential word ascend here with to our Father who is in heaven. The public will rise and the knights will kneel while the orator leads us in prayer.
Our Father who art in heaven, though given thy graces and thy favors by the measures of thine own mercies, and in proportion to our necessities in hand, please thee call the soul of our brother from the prison of the body, and our hearts and our sorrowful therefore, and very heavy look upon us and upon those whom his death has more sadly bereaved and distressed. In mercy and pity, support us and them by the strength of faith in all calamities, and refresh us and them with the comforts of a holy hope in all sorrows. Let not our weaknesses make us to sin in thought against thee, nor any miseries of this world vex into repining and impatience. Unto those who were of the household of our brother, and are not yet comforted, make good thy promise, that they who sow in tears shall reap in joy. Thou hast given us miseries and sorrows, chastening us thereby with the wholesome discipline, and offering us occasions for the exercise of all those virtues, whereby we may become acceptable to thee. We are weak and feeble, and easily led astray from the right path. Be thou our strength and our guide. It is not for us, O our Father, to intercede with thee for our brother whom thou hast taken from us. He also is one of thy erring children, and thou wilt judge him tenderly and mercifully. Prosper our works to thy glory and to all our innocent purposes. Preserve us from sins, and keep us in peace and holiness, and help us to serve thee in thankfulness and obedience all the days of our life, and after death dispose us according to thee good pleasure. Amen.
So it be.
Rise, my brethren. All Masons, please remain standing. The public may be seated. Brother Paulino Baldoz, we mourn for thee. We call upon thee to answer us. Hearest thou our call? Brother Paulino Baldoz, we mourn for thee. We call upon thee to answer us. Hearest thou our call? Brother Paulino Baldoz, we mourn for thee. We call upon thee to answer us. Hearest thou our call? Our brother answers not our call. Once he lived and labored, but now his stars has set on this valley and has passed into the light that lies beyond the darkness of the valley of the shadow of death. In vain we call upon him here. We shall no more hear his voice until we also have awakened in another world. Let us then not mourning like those who have no hope, pay the last offices of pious duty to the dead, since he may still hear the murmurs of our voice and see, as the angels do, these obsequies and the evidence of our affections for neglect. Brother Master of Ceremonies, reverently uncover the face of this that was the body of our brother, that we may for the last time look upon him and do that which remains to be done, before we cover it from our sight forever.
God, if any brother here has something wrong at the hands of him whose lips can no longer utter any brother has felt toward in his life will feel right on his single kissing it and pressing it against his heart. Adjure him, and this nail called lips do frequently imitate him who forgive the wrong and cast away the animosity forever. That our Father who is in heaven may forgive him his debt and trespasses, as he forgive those of his dead brother.
Brother Senior Warden, perform your duty.
The memories and examples of the good and true knights who leave us. This, as legacies, are the treasures of Masonry. Our praises of them ought to be preserved like laurels and coronets. We will reward and encourage the noblest things, and it is an office and charge of humanity to speak no evil of the dead. Promises made to them are inviolable oaths by the symbol of the Horsey Cross. All the brethren of the dead here present, do my lips solemnly promise to speak hereafter only to the virtues and excellencies of him whose body we are about to commit to the earth, and to be silent as to commit